Hello there, fire signs. I am Tanya Lee of Harmonia, and we are here for the All Signs mid-month check-in. Now, you guys get the public access because it is still, even though we're getting closer to the tail, well, not quite the tail end, but we're getting closer because we're soon going to be moving into Virgo season. But we're still in Leo season, so this gains open public access for all of the fire signs here to get the All Signs mid-month check-in. If you're looking for your other placements, that's over at Harmonia Friends Community inside the vault. Or if you want to become a YouTube membership, you can see the premiere. Okay, you guys get early access of new content only. So if that's something interests you, you can go ahead and check that out over there. Now, we did have a couple other different messages here. We had a collective message here in the beginning, but we did roll an archetype here for all of the signs here for the rest of the month. And we did get the Liberator, and she's up here towards the top. For those of you who are new to the archetype guide, that is only found at Harmonia, and that basically is rolling the dice, and those dice bring up an archetype here. So we got the number 5. 5 is a liberator, and 5 is all about change. And there's something here that is ready to move within this disruption, to be born, whether it's through lessons, whether it's through creation and expression. Something here is ready to expand and ready to be seen. It's visible now. All right, let's get to it with our fire signs. Spirit, what do my fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, need to know? What do they need to know at this moment for the rest of August? Here we go. Decision in fear, control. Some decisions and choices that you have made are based on fear and not heart-centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting control. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. Ooh. Then you're able to see the truth of the best choice with a calm and centered manner. Now, over at Harmonia, before this, we were talking collectively. I had mentioned a story here, how fear or insecurities can, and I gave an example over there, how they can disrupt not just the environment, but showcase a perception here to others that also respond to your fear, meaning it becomes viral, okay? Whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, whether it is fear, whatever it is, the emotions here can also be felt by others. So sometimes we need to step back and go, wait a minute, is this truly what's happening or going on? So there's something here, fire signs. It's going to be different for each one of them that you may have. This is the aftermath. You've made a decision here. Something happened here that was based on reaction. Interesting. See how you're showing it. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. Oh, Queen of Swords. That's how you're showing up. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. She's honest. She's truthful. But if she is making decisions or cutting based on fear, can't take back those words. There's something here that you communicated. Assertiveness directly put out. Let's see the challenge here of this communication. So there's something about communication that is been said. Ooh. 10 of Wands. Did you have your breaking point? Did you react here, fire signs, in an explosive matter here because you had enough? You couldn't see where you were going. I can't see. I can't see. Help me, help me, help me. But yet you're carrying it all. There's something here about accountability. There was a reaction here to this actions that you were taking and holding. How is the universe here supporting you? Ooh. Defensiveness. I feel like this is going to be different for each sign. But you may have reached your limits and had enough. But at the same time, you probably could have prevented this by taking that all on. So I feel like you may take on more than, it's like you bite off more than you can chew here, fire signs, or you let things slide, or it's like, okay, all right, I'll let him take that jab. I'll let him take that punch, to the point where it's like, oh my God, stop it. And then you react. The universe is pushing you to say no earlier versus the aftermath of taking all this on before it's too late and you drop everything, because it's an explosive reaction here. Maybe it's a fear here of rejection, especially if this is more responsibilities piling up on you for work. And it's like, I just can't do this anymore, right? But there's something here about speaking up, having those hard conversations earlier, talking it out. All right, we're going to see how that plays out. We're going to start off with Leo first. I'm going to set the board here. Leo is going to be up. Leo, how you feeling? Because I think you're feeling a little fed up here. Yeah, you got a lot on your plate. I don't know what's going on here in your world, but I feel like you got a lot of responsibilities. It's not reversed. So you may find yourself catching yourself in acts of going, oh wait, old patterns, let me go back. So this is not just necessarily getting to the explosive point. If you do, I think you take some accountability with it. But let's see externally what's going on here, because I feel like you're almost in between two worlds. Afraid to let go. Some of you, this has to do with financial things going on. Maybe some of you may have two jobs. Maybe there's fear here of letting one go. Maybe you have a side business going on and you're building it slowly but surely. But others of you, there's a relationship here, and it is a 3. And it's something here where this expansion or this change in this relationship is difficult. It's not always great. You having your ups and downs in this collaboration, in this connection. Yeah, it does make you feel like you got to hang here and like figure things out. You're trying to gain a new perception here of some sort. Whatever this perception is, I think it's something for long term that you're feeling. You may need to take a step back. You may catch yourself in your insecurities and say, whoa, wait a minute, that's an old version of me. But I do see you catching yourself. So sometimes it is too late, but I feel like you take accountability on it. How are you responding to this? Yeah, look at this. We got the 3 of Pentacles. So there's something that you're trying to shed, maybe trying to negotiate, or maybe trying to look at another opportunity that's from the past. You still have it in your life. You're still holding on to it. You are. But this is a lot of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3. We got the 6 of Pentacles, reciprocity. It's like you're in between worlds right now. But some of you aren't quite there or ready to shed maybe another job. You know, it's like, I have to look at this job differently, especially if you have a side business. I have to look at this job differently. I have to see this maybe as this is getting me places to where I need to be. It's keeping a roof over my head so that I can span eventually down the road. And others of you, if this is not job related or something here that you're trying to learn or collaborate or partnership, this could be a partnership here with another individual who you are trying to negotiate with, trying to work with, and it's becoming difficult and difficult, but there's fear here of parting ways, or maybe it's just something messy. Some of you could be a messy divorce. But what's the greater opportunity here for Leo? 4 cups. It's looking at the disappointments differently. You see how she's not looking down at the 3 of Cups? She's actually looking at that offer, something that you've been praying for. Peace is on its way for you, Leo. It may not feel peaceful now, but also hold grace for yourself, because I feel like you beat yourself up if you make a mistake, or you're like, oh, now I can see the perspective, but it's too late. I already did it. You're catching yourself a lot faster than you used to. You're not stuck. You're evolving, and you're learning how to speak up more direct with assertiveness, not just with others, but also how you talk to oneself and how you express within the universe, because the universe here just hears what you say, literally, okay, in a very literal sense. Yeah. With the King of Cups energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here, reverse, this is usually the emotional manipulator. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's very emotionally manipulating, uses their reactions here to get you to do stuff, whether it's work or, the people around you. Can you do this for me, Leo? Can you be here for me, Leo? Leo, why can't you be the old version of yourself? These are areas here where you're like, oh my God, I can't. I can't. I got to speak up. And also, you may even be embodying this a little bit here too. And with that liberator here, it's to change the pattern here of playing victim to a scenario or situation, reacting very differently than how you have in the past. Advice for you, Leo. Final advice for you. No reversals on the advice cards. Knight of Wands. There's going to be movement. It's going to be an expansion, and it's going to be a decision. But this direct action here is going to be something that you're inspired to do. Okay. It is, some of you, a creative move. Others of you, this could be something here where you utilize anger or an emotion in a healthy way. Because what you're going towards here is the 10 of Cups. What truly makes you happy? What's the most important thing for you? This is something here where, where decisions before were made upon fears, but now you're looking at what truly makes me happy. Where am I going towards? How can I use this as though this is helping me to get where I need to be? So there's something here about flipping that narrative. All right. That's what I got here for you, Leo. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And don't forget, there's a sale going on at the digital shop for tarot stories. We're going to move on to Sagittarius next. All right. Sagittarius, how are you feeling for the rest of August? Here we go. You got to be kidding me. I just shuffled the hell out of these cards. This is worse. Done. Had it. I'm fed up. Okay, you got the 2 of Pentacles, but this one is like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm checked out. So this Sagittarius is checked out. Externally, why? Why are you checked out? Why are you like, I'm over it? Because it's not working for you anymore. This is Leo energy here. There's something here regarding your happiness. There's something here where you just have to look at the situation going, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with my surroundings. I'm not happy how things are going. Something's got to change. And the way I'm doing this is just like, I can't keep pretending that all is okay. Oh yeah, everything's great. No, this Sagittarius is like, screw that. I don't like the environment that I'm in. Some of you, this could be a toxic relationship. Some of you, this could be a toxic job. Some of you can just be surrounded by toxic people. Oh, yeah, something tells me that you're just fed up. Yeah, you are. That's you. Now, when the Queen of Wands is reversed, I like to call it my Taylor Swifty kind of card here. And the reason I do so is because, she wrote songs, love songs specifically. And there's nothing, I'm not like ill will on her at all, but she wrote songs here about her breakups and things that really upset her. But then it became this expressive thing of, being those number one songs. And she made something beautiful out of it. So there's something here where you are fed up, sick and tired of, and some of you are sick and tired of yourself playing small. And this is you being very assertive and saying, I accepted this. I allowed this. Enough. I can't keep allowing this in my life. So you are taking accountability and you are angry with them all in the reverse. It's extreme anger when it comes. It's like, I'm not happy with what I'm doing here or who I'm with or what I surround myself with. So the liberator is here. You had enough. Your response to this isn't fair. I've been going against my intuition. I forget the beauty moment of trusting oneself. There's something here where it's like, I can't believe I didn't see this before. Well, you couldn't see it before because you were in it. And there's something here that just said enough. And so this is how this happens. Either usually your body is your first alert system. So some of you, it could have been a health issue. Some of you were feeling sick or lethargic. You were constantly just like couldn't get out of bed. Your mind's like not, it's brain fog. But there's something here that obviously when you step back, when you weren't around those individuals or a specific person or a job, you notice you weren't getting brain fog. So you could see the difference. I also feel like you have someone here who's pushing you to realize this. They are. Okay. Now, they're not doing it intentionally. It could be in a subconscious way and it could be pretty gnarly, but this person is in your life or this job is in your life to showcase better boundaries. Greater opportunity here. Listen to your heart. There's a wild side coming out about you. And you're going into the depths here. I love this because it's showing the same pillars here that it was in the High Priestess for this particular card. But we have Pisces energy here. There's a greater opportunity here to step back. There's a greater opportunity here to reflect. And we just went through the Leo new moon, but this is a full moon. So there's something here coming up in the full moon that you may be ready to just finally let go of or make a decision here. If you've been asking, how do I get out of this? The answer I feel is going to come into that next moon phase for you. It's something you're going to be doing quietly. It's not necessarily saying, and these are my plans. It's like a quiet exit that you're going to be doing to shift your energy. Because once you have made this decision internally, you're just going to see yourself make those actions to go quietly your own direction. Greater gain with you. Ooh, 7 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like, look at that. We have the 7 of Wands twice. I feel like for you, you're in the precipice here, and it kind of reminds me of the Fool's Journey, but it's like the only thing the only thing keeping you from stepping forward is you. And so it's you facing that fear, realizing you've made decisions here based upon fear too, and that you're not going to have all of the answers. You're not. You're just going to have to trust oneself in each step that you take and look at it from a very optimistic perspective for yourself here. That's going to be important for you, is optimism. All right. Final advice here for you, Sagittarius. No reversals here. Although I feel like we got it in that Seven of Wands energy here. Look that. We have the match here. Now, I never saw these as lovers. I've seen these individuals here who work very diplomatic. There could also be a hard conversation that needs to be coming up here with an individual. You know, no hard feelings. Let's just talk this out. Let's negotiate. Bring something at the table. Some of you, it's to renegotiate. But this is being very assertive. Be honest. Be authentic. Drop the mask. You may feel that there's something here where there's going to be some guilt or shame, you know, and disappointments. But those disappointments here, or those reactions of another individual, maybe someone here is going to feel disappointed here when they hear that you've had enough. But they're seeing the key point here of a connection, of a relationship, what you've been missing out on. So others of you, this could be, you know, disappointments and shame here for accepting something, trying to make something work out. But it's also kept you from deep connections here who do see you and value you in ways to keep you with opportunities of expansion and growth. So right now, this is you confronting a hard conversation, dropping the mask. Maybe the other person here has to drop the mask too. They may feel a little guilty doing so with, you know, I'm sorry or this, but there's just something here with that 5. Sorry, the 5 up here with that liberator. You got number 5 here too. That's very significant. That is incredibly important for you to realize that this pattern has to change in order for expansion for you and also the other party involved. All right, that's what I got here for you, Sagittarius. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, right now we got discounts over at the digital shop for private tarot story readings. We're going to move on to Aries next. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what's going on here for you. How you feeling? Well, we have the Magician. But the Magician here is reversed. So the Magician can come off as very controlling when he's reversed, because this is a check-in. You may feel like you're not getting the results that you desire in the timely manner that you want it. So I feel like you may be trying to check in, you know, there's free will involved here too, but it's involving another. Externally, what are you trying to control? Oh, the 10 of Cups, happiness, especially when it comes amongst the people around you. But you have no control of this. You don't. You can't make people happy. I do feel like this Aries has a tendency to be a little bit of a people pleaser. You may be, you know, working on that, evolving from that, realizing that, you know, you can't make everybody happy. As much as you want to have a happy situation or a good community here. Integration of this here is the Knight of Swords. I feel like for you, you can be very protective, Aries, especially when it comes to loved ones or family members. Some of you, it's just children, right? Speaking up for them, protective of them. That's how you're being supported, you know, using your communication here when someone isn't stepping up. But there's also this area of wanting to separate, cut an individual out. But I don't think it's as easy as you thought it would be. Now, some of you, this is because it's a family member. Okay, they're going to always be around in some shape or form, but you may be forced to see this person every day. Others of you, this could be something at work where you're just kind of like, well, it's part of my job. I have to see this person. I have to communicate with them every day. But it's the communication that gets, so rough with this person. You're also dealing with a very wishy-washy individual. Yeah, I'm seeing the 2 of Swords here. So it's like this person doesn't make decisions on purpose to also manipulate. And your reaction here, ooh, they know exactly what they're doing. Well, Aries will just fix it. Aries will fix it. No, Aries is exiting. Aries is like, my silence may be something here that is more. I'm not, there's a person here who does have anticipations for you to make all of the moves, you to communicate what it is, or you to maybe even become looking like a bad guy or bad gal, do the dirty work, make the tough decisions. And it's like, Jesus, this person isn't really taking a lot of responsibilities on their plate. They're just used to you taking this on. Greater opportunity. Oh, look at this. 5 of Wands. So here's the thing. The more you step out, the more it's not saying you can't protect the people that you love, but you have so many 10s, but so many 5s here. Watch how other individuals, because I don't think it's just you. I think there's a lot of people here who have to deal with this individual. Watch chaos break out on its own. What if the chaos just happened? What if you just moved through it? What if you just saw how the reactions here of others are affected because of this person's actions or non-actions? Because they're not taking a lot of actions. This person's not doing this person's doing shit. This person's lazy. Sorry, but they are. You're dealing with a lazy person here. If they're showing up there as the 9 of Pentacles here, it's kind of like reversed. But I find the laziness has to do with used to you doing things, controlling it. No. What if you just, instead of arguing, instead of making something happen, you move forward here and detached and allowed it to happen and still remained reserved, quiet, reflective? What if you took a different approach to this? Still took your actions, still be honest and truthful, but also be honest and truthful to those who are around you. Realizing that, you don't have to over-explain to everybody your exact moves. There's something about this person needing to not fail, but realize that if you're not there, Aries, as a buffer, how people can see the true colors of another person's actions. Advice for you. Focus on being grounded. Focus on your well-being. A lot of you, it's time to focus on your health. You need some self-care in your life. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. It's not just about money, the Pentacles. It's also about your health and well-being. You're very nurturing. You're very caring, but there's just something here where you may feel very guilty. Look at all of these 10s and 5s. Feeling very guilty for stepping back because you don't want to disappoint other individuals. But here's the thing, there's going to be more truer connections, or the individuals here who deal with this chaos with this other individual are going to realize something in a much more bigger way. You may even find someone say, I never realized how much you took on in this. I appreciate you, Aries. It may not be coming from this person, but it may be coming with others around you who now see your perspective of your burnout, of why you're upset. I think you're used to being an individual here who provides, protects, but there's something here about protecting your peace. All right. That's what I got here for you, Aries. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, right now there's a discount going on at the digital shop for tarot stories. If that interests you, you can check out the shop at harmoniafriends.com. And if you are looking for your other placements, you can go over to the Vault or YouTube membership here to see that. But if not, this is where we part ways. You guys take care and have a good one. Good luck.